Welcome, everyone. My name is Mark Pricco, President and Founder of Atom Software, and I will be doing a presentation of the Atom Software Updates 2024 Fall Release. So you should all have an outline in front of you. If you don't have it, just go up to the Help menu up at the top in your Atom Software, and you should be able to find it there. And to begin, we have 7 pages here. So we have the first tab here is miscellaneous overall. We did a lot of changes for this fall release that are more user enhancements, both for the clients and for you guys your employees to make it more user friendly. So we did a lot of things similar to all the pages. That's why we have this overall right here. So I will begin. I'm going to go ahead and minimize myself, take myself off the camera, and then make sure I'm hide everyone to make the screen bigger. Let me drag this over here. Okay, so I'm inside of a client file, and now we have the very first thing here is this Google Translate. So right down here, if you have a Spanish speaking or whichever, could be any language, I select Spanish. It's going to actually convert everything to Spanish, and that's even with the notes. So if I go into an event, you look here at the notes, it's all converted. So what it's doing is it's taking Atom and going out to the Google Translate and converting it to any language that you want. Now, this is not going to be in your update when we push this through unless you request it. And to request it, you need to contact Atom support, and we need you to sign off on a disclaimer just because the data is going to go outside of Atom, translate it in Google, and push back in. So whenever anything goes out of Atom, we don't want to be held responsible in case something happens. So we don't control Google. If you're interested in this, just contact Atom support. We'll send you the disclaimer form. You just sign it, and then we'll turn this feature on. And then to turn it off, you just come up here and select turn off, and then I'm back to just my normal, which I have it here in English, but it's not going out to Google at all to do any kind of translation. Next bullet here, we have the sidebar added for editing. So this is to help make it more user-friendly, again, to make it easier to edit like an event, a task, anything. And it also makes it a lot easier on your phone. So let me go ahead, I'm inside of a file here. I'm gonna go ahead and just focus on one event. If I hit the edit pencil, now I'm gonna have a sidebar populate. And again, this makes it really nice on the phone, but this is for everywhere now, anytime. So before we used to hit the edit pencil and then these fields would open and it would be kind of like a horizontal. Now it's going to be the sidebar. Makes it much easier, and it's all standard, so it should be easier for your staff once you get used to it. Another nice thing is over here, now instead of using the control key to select multiple users, you're just going to check a box, and then you'd hit save. And if you notice, those that are selected are displaying first. So before you had to kind of scroll down to find who it was assigned to. Now as you check the box, save it, now those will all be highlighted up there at the top. So of course I have them here, but when I hit the edit pencil again, scroll down, now I see everyone that's assigned to it, it pops up at the top. So I think that's a nice feature for you guys. So I just demonstrated once on the sidebar, but again, it's throughout the entire software. So I'm not going to pop back into it each time when I go into another section that I'm demonstrating a change. Summary tables. So if I click on what those are, if I click on the status here, I don't even know if you guys use this or not, but when you have a lot of events, or if this is more useful probably for bookkeeping, you can organize everything by status. And so we have a scroll bar in here. If I go over to my link client here, Family Barbershop, I'm going to pop into Payroll 2023, show you how it really works. So here's a scroll bar. So I use this for my bookkeeping, my payroll. Makes it a lot easier to stay organized. So here I have all the different tasks that need to be done. As you notice, the ones at the top, which are open, meaning well, right now they're past due, but they display at the top, even though they're not in the same order, but so I can easily see them. So if you want to use your organized by status, again, this is throughout the software. We have it down in at various points and account uploads. So it's any place you see a box that says type or status, it's going to organize it that way, and this is how it's going to work. Next, on page 1, client portal. Made some nice changes to the portal. Excuse me. All right, let me pull that up real quick here. So here's our login page. I'm going to go ahead and log in for this client. Password. So if you have any linked clients and you're allowing them to access through the portal, now this page is going to pop up saying pick an account. So I logged in under John Casey, his individual file, but he's also linked to Family Barbershop, JTC Communications, and his son, Aaron Casey. So I can go into any one I would like. I mean, you always have the drop down up here, but that was kind of confusing for our clients. So I think this is going to make it a lot easier for them. And maybe they'll actually even put the document in the right client file as opposed to lumping them all in their individual. Maybe they'll actually put them in the business. It's been working so far for us when we've been testing this with our tax office for betas. So I'm going to go ahead and click on John. I'm in his file. So we added, let me just go to a page here. Our clients were getting confused. They didn't know how to get back to the main menu. Now we have in the upper right-hand corner a main menu. They could always click on your logo or the menu link right here, but they can also click right here on any page to get them back. For e-sign, when I go under My Documents, actually I'm gonna go back here, click on e-sign. We've eliminated the signature column. We tried to make it more of a better interface for you as users. So we kind of we combined some columns, we removed some columns to make it cleaner and to fit more on one screen. So what we did is we combined the e-sign under the description. And if it's regardless of what year it's for, the e-sign is going to pop at the top. So if you look here, you got 21, 22. Normally 23 defaults at the top here, but because it's e-sign, these are going to populate up at the top first to make it easier for your clients to e-sign. The printer icon, once they do sign, again, because we got rid of the signature column, it's now under action. So here it is right here. This is a printer or the signature certificate. Trying to make sure I don't miss anything. Okay, My Documents. We're in My Documents right here, and we just added a scroll bar, again, to make it a better experience for your clients when you have a lot of documents in here. My Messages, if I come back here, same thing. And I click on All Years. We have a scroll bar. Instead, it used to be just one huge list, and they would just, it wasn't easy to be managed. So now we have a scroll bar in there. Make a payment. Okay, this is a big change. So we click on Make Payment. As you guys should know, because we sent out several emails, I did a video on Atom Pay. So Authorize.net is no longer going to be integrated with us because they made changes on their end, and we weren't able to keep up with their changes. So now fortunately, we had a payment platform we could introduce to you that we've been working on, which I covered this already in a video, so I don't want to get into it too much. But now it's going to be right here, Pay Now, instead of saying I think before it said pay with card, pay with e-check. Now it just says Pay Now. And they're going to pop on this. If you charge a convenience fee or dual pricing, as we call it too, they hit next from here. They'll go to the next page where it's going to then, because we're signed up for both card and ACH. So if they pay with their credit card, it's 103. If they go with ACH, it's 100, and they just fill out the appropriate information. And again, if you look on the outline, there's a short video that goes over Atom Pay and how it works. So if you do sign up and you're interested, I definitely would say, watch that. Let me go ahead and cancel this and go back to my page. The only thing is we've added scroll bars throughout the software. So because this can be lengthy. But anyway, that's how it's going to work right now. If you're signed up with Atom Pay, if you're not signed up with Atom Pay, there will be no integration. So if you're using Bases, if you're using EPS, if you're using Michigan Retailers, we all use the gateway Authorize.net. Authorize.net is not allowing us to integrate with them anymore because they made changes that we couldn't keep up with. So you won't have that option unless you sign up with Atom Pay. So contact us. We've been sending you guys information, and we'll continue to do that to get you up and running as quick as possible. Move on to page 2. My assigned tasks. Okay. Oh, one more thing I want to point out in the portal. So on October 24th, they will not, if you not sign up with Atom Pay, there will be no payment link here. It will not say pay with e-check. It will not say pay with card. It'll just be blank, just so you know that. Okay, let me close this out. My assigned tasks. Let me go to the home page. Click on my assigned tasks. So we added a side drawer. The only reason I'm going to point this out, because it's kind of nice. In addition to being a side drawer for editing, it also, we opened up the notes field. So now you can actually type a note from here. So that's nice. Before you had to go into the client file, hit the edit pencil, then type your note. Now you can actually do it from here. We can't put the predefined notes in here, just so you know, so you don't request that. I wanted to, but my programmer says we're not able to. You can just type a note here. And again, you can assign just by using a checkbox, which is nice as opposed to using the control key. Save it. We've combined columns. Again, I said that to make it everything fit on one page, and again, make it more user-friendly on the mobile version. So if you see these 3 little dots throughout the software, it's just expand and collapse to make the columns fit nicer. But we've done that throughout the software. Priority, before we had a column that was called priority and was way to the right, really hard to see. Now we've moved it to the left, very easy to see. This definitely gets your attention. I can tell you that because we've been using it for several months now. Home page, let me get, here's my home page. The office inbox right here. Now you can filter, if you have people if you have multiple business types, say tax preparation, payroll, bookkeeping, IRS resolution, you might have employees that just focus on that specific business type. So if I switch this over to, let me open this up right here. Oops, let me go back first. Actually, I'll click on this. So if you see here, the business type for Lori Carey is tax preparation. So if I click on Lori, I'm going to go into tax preparation. If I come back here, let's just say I'm working on payroll, because that's my job title. All I do is payroll. I don't do tax prep. But Lori Carey is both a tax client and a payroll client. So she might send documents in. So if I'm waiting for her documents to come in for her payroll hours, comes in, and if I click on her name, now if you see the business type switched over to payroll, because I have it filtered by payroll because I just switched it. Now if I click on her name, I'm going to go into her payroll client here. If I go back and I switch this over to tax prep, so say all I do is work on tax prep, now I click on the portal, I click on her name, I'm going to go into the tax prep. I can always switch over to payroll. That's not a problem, but it's one less step you have to do. So if you're focused on one business type, you click on the client's name, it will then go to that business type if there is such a business type for that client. And that's for all the, that's just not the portal. That would be for text and email too. Side drawer added, that's no big deal. We talked about that. Combine and collapse. We combined some columns here too to make it a better interface. And again, we also have the priority. If I open this up, I thought I had a priority on here. Let me go back here. Prospect here. So the priority is on the name column as opposed to over to the far right. Calendars, just to make it a little easier for availability. If you create employee availability schedules, when you click on here, now you can, at the bottom, it has save and add new. So as opposed to having to hit the add button each time to pop this open, I can just go ahead and create another employee's availability schedule. And that's the same for the work schedule too. Save and add new, just like our other, like just you can add multiple events, multiple transactions without having to continually close the pop-up window and then open it back up. So it just makes it a little quicker for you. Moving on to page 3. reports. In fact, I can pull this over because I'm not going to get into the reports. Get to page 3 real quick. We didn't create any new reports. We just added to them. So the client portal activity log, now the eSign client, eSign spouse has been added. Discrepancy report, business type has been added. Mailer client export, we added the spouse nickname. Payroll report, wage detail, now the company name, address, and phone number is displaying at the top. Wasn't there before. Admin, so for your account rollovers, we had an issue for if you're rolling over to the next year, say 23 to 24, you have some users that are inactive that were listed as a preparer, like account user, as opposed to them rolling now into the next year, which they're not working for you anymore. It'll now say self check-in. That's kind of like our default user if there is nobody, a selected user. Batch messages, we've added some dynamic fields, so now you can add the first name and full name to like the email and portal messages. Now moving over here, I'm going to get back into my Atom. The client file, made some changes in the client file, of course. So right at the top, we're going to focus on the sidebar first. So we've added the nickname is now displaying in the sidebar. So we got John Casey, his nickname is JC. And where you put that, of course, is in the name address spot right here, nickname. We've also identified if one of your clients decides to unsubscribe to email or hits the stop for your text, now you can see that right here. We had some icons, emails disabled, SMS disabled, which is right over here. Again, we just try to give you more. Now that we have Atom laid out the way we do with the new format when we made the big change last year, we can give you more information at a glance than we could with the old Atom. So we're just going to continue to expand on that as we see fit. Overview. So we've added right here the 1040. So this is the, you click on the overview. This is the account type. So right here, 1040. So if it's a 1065, 1120S, whatever you put in the account type, it's going to display right here in parentheses. Again, just giving you more information at a quick glance. Moving on to page 4, retention. So now we've highlighted this. So this client's been with me 21 years. It's yellow. So what that means is just like everything else, like there's something open. So I click on 21 years, it's yellow. That's indicating there is some open years. So I have in 22, pending client, and in 20, pickup tax return. If I switch over to his son, Aaron, now his isn't yellow, his is in purple, and purple means that he's loyal. He's it's great retention, 9 years, but there's no open years. So that's kind of how we're going to do that to help you locate those years that are open when a client comes back for the current year. Maybe they haven't picked up any information from a prior year. You're going to be able to see that when it's yellow on retention. Client file. Now we're going to go into the actual, that's all I have on the sidebars. Now we're going to dive into the actual section. So we'll go up here to the dashboard. And up here at quick actions, all we did is add the phone contacts. So you can quickly get to your phone if you're using Atom to make phone calls. You just click on here and go. And go back to the dashboard. This one I think you're really going to like. This is a quick link to this client, John Casey's client portal. So when your support staff are taking calls and they're saying, oh, you got an e-sign, and they're like, I can't find it. And you're like trying to figure out, what are they looking at? Well, now you just click on this link right here. It's going to take you right into what they're looking at. So you can see exactly and guide them as to what they need to see. So I think that's going to be huge for this tax season, and very helpful tool for your support staff or even your tax preparers, so they can show the client right across, this is what you guys are going to see. This is why the portal is so useful. But anyway, it's really quick. So to get out of it without closing your Atom down, just close this tab right here at the top, and now I'm back into the file. That's the dashboard, name and address. come down here to name and address. So the spouse name, I'm in 2022. So we have some spouses with long names. And of course, if you're a Drake user, when that import comes in from Drake, it kind of cuts the name off and it abbreviates the first name and everything. And if you're sending out mailers or whatnot, text, it doesn't look that great when the names are being cut off. So if you have something in here in the spouse name field, it will not be overridden now with the Drake import. All right, next we have events on page 4. Come down here, status. And again, all we did is combine some columns to make it more of a better user experience. I mean, you have the little dots here, so you expand that out if you need to see that. Priority level moved. I think I have it. Let me move it back to 23. And take this off here and show all events. And I think I have the priority level is now displayed under the status. I think before it was over here under sign due. We just found that your eyes are more focused on the status side, so it's very easy to see the priority by doing it. Scroll bar added. We have a scroll bar now. Side drawer added for editing. I'm not going to do that. I already showed you that. You just hit that and it pops up over here. We added the add and update buttons. They're now over at the bottom here, as opposed, because you do have to kind of scroll back up here, so make it easier for you to add and update. You just have to turn that on if you see that in setup down there. Moving on to page 5, transaction information. Go to my balance. Again, we combined some columns. We have the side drawer for editing, just like the rest. We added the scroll bar, if you can see that. We added our buttons at the bottom here. And of course, Atom Pay is now going to replace Authorize.net. So again, if you're using Authorize.net and it's October 24th, when you click on I don't even know if you'll show a button here anymore, it's not going to display any links anymore. So your clients will not be able to, that integration will not be there anymore with Atom software. So you would have to go to the Authorize.net portal to record the payments. So we're encouraging you sign up with the Atom Pay. And again, watch the video. I'm not going to go back into it again, but from here, everything would be the same. You just click on online payments, send payment links, or the terminal payment, depends on what you sign up for if you're using Atom Pay. Let me click on here real quick. One thing that's new, the multi-year transaction, and this isn't just with Atom Pay, this would be if you're paying with cash or check, but if it detects a balance due from a link client or a prior year of the current client, it's going to automatically have this box checked so you don't overlook the balance due. And of course, you can just uncheck it or focus on whatever year you want to go ahead and do that. There's a credit card convenience fee or dual pricing. If you're signing up with Atom Pay, you can turn that on if you'd like. That would be, you'd do that when you sign up with us to try to recoup some of the credit card costs. You can do that. Task notes information coming down here. Again, we just combined some columns to make it a better user interface for you guys. Side drawer, scroll bar added, and again, the priority level, just like we had before. You see it right there. The all years retention. Again, we reduced a lot of columns, again, to make this so you're not scrolling from left to right. It all fits on one page, makes it nice. Moving on to page 6, permanent documents. I'm going to skip account docs for now and go to perm docs. So we made some changes here. Again, we cleaned it up a little bit with our columns. Side drawer, same thing. You click on the edit pencil, the side drawer is going to pop. The fax feature, so now you can actually fax documents if you're signed up with Atom's Fax. From here, you just go, just like you can in account uploads, you just go to, you'd make your selection, hit actions, you select fax, it's going to pop up the window, and then you fax. The printer, this is going to be where it's, if you click on here, it tells you, it was successful. So we move this over here under actions. The printer icon, let's see, I'm up perm docs. We moved the upload type. It was over to the right on the file. Now it's over here to the left. Made more sense. Move files. So when you move files from perm docs to your account docs, We made a change there. So I hit move uploads. Now I'm able to, well, you could always pick the year. So I picked the year. So I'm going to go to 2023 tax prep. Now I'm going to select the upload type. So it's a reviewer doc. I could select done if I want, then I move it. Whoops, I guess I got to select one first. Let me come back in here. So it comes in as client uploads when they upload it to the portal. So now I'm going to move it. 23, call it reviewer docs. That's as we do in our office. I move it. And so now when I go to my account docs, there it is right here. So before, it'd come through as client uploads. Now you can actually identify what upload type it is. So now I'm in my account docs here on page 6. So again, we combined some columns. Now we got one called tracking here, side drawer, same thing for editing. The upload type, we moved it over here to the left, made it more sense, and it also made it better for you on your mobile phone. The fax icon is now over here under actions once you fax something, and the printer icon signature certificate is, let me go to 2020. That's also under actions right here. That's a certificate. That way we're able to eliminate a column and clean things up. Text message log right here, no big changes here, just again, combine some columns. Side drawer right here for editing. Same thing for email, just clean things up. And client portal, prospect portal, and link clients, all the same. So now when I select the edit pencil here, so we just added, again, the side drawer to make it, more uniform. So it's easier for training your employees, makes more sense. It's better for the phone. And that's it. So not as many changes for the fall because we're actually going to have 3 sets of changes. We already had the summer, now the fall, and we're going to have a winter release too. Just a sneak preview what I'm hoping for the winter release, because you guys do need to plan a little bit for tax season. We're hoping to have an integrated organizer that you can send to your clients, and then they can send it right back through the portal. Okay, so, and it, with pre-fillable stuff. That's what the plan is. We're hoping for that. We're working with DocuSeal. Obviously, we're going to continue to make changes like we always do, but that was one big one that I'm kind of excited for our tax office. It would make a huge difference in collecting our client information sheets. And with that being said, that's all I have. Again, if you're using authorize.net, please contact us through the portal or by phone, and we will get you set up with Adam Pay, because we want you to continue to do payment processing through Adam, because we think that is the best way and most efficient way to go. And other than that, thanks again for being a loyal client. Keep the feedback coming in so we can continue to make Adam, the best tax practice management software in the business. All right, thank you.